Okay, we are back. I just need to adjust a couple things. Oops. Getting all turned around in here. There's our Banjo-Conker template back again. Nice to see that back. Screen should appear blue for you guys. It'll switch to the actual game when I turn on the console. Can't let the Kirby bosses watch you play banjo. Well, you know the score.
They'll learn the secrets of the multiverse.
Let's see. I should probably just switch to Fridooies. Designing. Crap, I am forgetting all my own bits. Rarity. There we go. Cool.
Have a forbidden Magalore learn about the Big O Blaster.
Oh gosh, no. Okay. This is not marked no spoilers or first playthrough because we have played this before. And there we go. Wait, what is that on the top right? That's Fangy from Conker's Bad Fur Day. Anything else I need to... Oh, on the server. I'll post there real quick. Okay. Okay. That should do it. Closing out stuff and... All right. I'll just go ahead and start it up. As always, let me know if I need to adjust game audio.
Hope the Banjo-Tooie is a better time than Pocket Tails droning on. Also hope the Kirby Jailers video is a stream. I'm sure that'd be a good time. It will be a stream, yeah.
For sure.
And I guarantee you this game is better than Conker's Pocket Tails.
I can also guarantee that. I have played this. Alright, so... Oh, wait, none of that. Let's do this. Alright. Banjo-Tooie. As you can see, this is a game I've played before. We're playing this...
A game you have not finished before.
Technically, yes. I mean, I've gotten... I haven't 100%ed it, but I have hit credits, so... Unfortunately, I'm going to be away on a trip next week, so I'm probably going to miss part of Tooie. Aw, sorry, SG. Okay, so we're playing this on an N64 because I do have an Xbox, but we want to get the original experience rather than the Xbox Live Arcade version, just because they changed a couple things.
I don't think they changed nearly as much in Tooie as they did in Kazooie, but I don't know too much.
All I know is that, what did they change? They changed Stop and Swap a little bit, which we'll talk about when we get there. But yeah, nothing as fundamental as the changes to Kazooie. But all the same, we wanted an authentic take on Tooie. We will be visiting the Xbox later on in this series, but for now, we're just doing original hardware. Maybe emulation later for a thing or two. We need to sort that out, but...
Imagine if they changed notes in Tooie to not be saved like in Kazooie. Well, actually, considering they're all in nests, that probably wouldn't be that big a deal, but... It'd be funny.
Yeah. So this is a game both of us have played before. Like I said, I've played this very cart. I haven't 100%ed it, but I played this around the time I played the original Banjo-Kazooie in high school, so I've got some fondness for it. However, Gooms, I believe you have quite a bit of experience with Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, I played through this game like 10 times. It was one of the games that I played over and over and over again when I was a kid just because I didn't have that many games. And this was always just a comfortable game to come back to. I only 100%ed it once, and that's because of Canary Mary, and my dad had to build a motor in order to beat Canary Mary for that would push the A button for me.
I always love that story. For people who don't know, you'll see. We'll get there. But yeah, people who know Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, there's usually a bit of a divide between the two. Tooie does a lot of things Tooie's reputation is that it tries to be bigger and better than Kazooie in every way, to mixed results. I think these days, so far out from the N64's heyday, people who like Kazooie also really like Tooie, and both of them rightfully are spoken about in the same terms as one another, contrasted with Banjo's other adventures and so on and so forth. But
I think we're kind of over the hill a little bit because, like, for a time there was a huge, like, counter reaction to, like, maybe all of these 3D platformers we loved as a kid were actually pretty bad. And I think that that's kind of past. It was important to acknowledge that they did have flaws, but I think Banjo-Tooie came out the other side of that better than like Donkey Kong 64 did. I think.
oh, for sure.
It's still got some issues and some things that I didn't acknowledge as a kid, but it also has a lot of really good aspects too. And I think that it's not just a bigger and better type game. There is still like a lot of highlight moments in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like with a couple exceptions, I would say most of the levels don't feel empty. They just feel big. And maybe maybe it takes a while to get to the best parts of each level.
Yeah. I started revisiting this not too long ago, like about coming up on a year and a half, 2 years ago now. This was as far as I got on my replay. Nothing against the game, I just kind of fell off of it. So yeah. I've been really excited to get the chance to properly revisit it all these years later so that I can really get my own take on it, because like I said, everyone who likes Kazooie has their own opinions on Tooie, and now you can hopefully 100% it as well. Yes, well, that might be the one place where this game is suffering, but again, we'll get there. Let's go ahead and clear one of these. I want to leave that save. Let's go ahead and ditch this one. Sure.
4 hours and no jiggies? What?
This was a used cart, so I don't know if that was someone else doing that. I booted this up this morning and was like, who the hell did that? Why? What were you even doing this whole time? But whatever. All right, let's get into it. We've got a lot of cutscene to get through up to the top.
You can do Banjo and Kazooie, and I'll do the other characters.
Sounds good. 2 years have passed since Gruntilda the Witch was defeated by Banjo and Kazooie. After falling from her tower, she was buried underground, where she remains until this very day.
No good, mistress. Still can't shift rock. All because of that stupid bear.
And Bird, Kazooie had a part in it too.
Mumbo play well, has much of Bear's cash.
He's right, Kazooie. There goes your birdseed money.
Don't be so sure, Banjo.
I have to land on the voice yet.
Hey, look outside, everyone. Grunty the Witch is coming.
Where, Kazooie? I can't see her.
Oh, false alarm bottles. Must have been some shadows. Come on, Boneface. Let's play. I feel lucky.
I'm gonna have to bear with me as I try to figure out the voice, my voice for her. What is Birda, what the hell? Kazooie really is around that register. She just robs bottles. Yep.
Make her an old French woman.
My French accent's a bit rusty, but... I like how Kazooie chooses not to get Banjo's money back from Mumbo. She just robs bottles.
Just stop rocking the table. You're making me sick. Mumbo not rock the table. Whole hell shakes lots.
Perhaps one of us should go take a look outside. Oh, right. Right. Kind of sassy. Okay. Does he just like doing a Meowth voice? Well, can you blame him? Not that I blame him, I get it. All I'm saying.
Hurry, Blobelda. Our sister is waiting. Quickly, we must go, or angry Grunty will be. Then get off me, you must, or move I cannot.
They're probably so proud of how this game looked with all the camera movement and all.
It stopped now. I wonder what it was.
Sure was noisy. Let's go take a look, Kazooie.
But it's dark out there, and, I'll be scared.
Mumbo much brave. Me go look outside. Back in minute.
What a sucker, huh? Come on, Banjo. Give me a hand.
Kazooie! So now Kazooie's just you. Give me a little bit.
Sorry, mistress. I have failed you. Worry, Grunty mustn't. get you out of your sister's will. Big rock is, so powers we must combine. Grunty sisters, you should not mock. Now watch our magic blast this rock.
I never noticed that's the actual incantation in the spell book, too.
Gone rock has, so out you can come.
I thought it was the script.
No, this cannot be. What's happened to little old me? Nice grunty looks. Lost weight you have. I hate bones, a body I need. Can you help me with this little deed? Yes, plan to help we have. So back to our castle we must go. Right then, girls. Let's fix me up. Then Banjo's hairy butt all whop. This not good. Me go tell Banjo.
Their beater stresses me out so much.
Seen us bony man has. Him we must whack. Leave it to me. He's no hassle. I'll kick butt, then off to the castle.
Yeah, I guess I'll be having that bird seed after all, huh, Banjo?
But you cheated, Kazooie. That's not... Everyone must run. Quick, Grunty coming. Revenge is mine. I cannot miss. Let's see that furry fool dodge this.
Yeah, Skull Boy. And I bet she had 2 heads.
No joke. Look, spell coming.
He's right! Quick, everyone, out!
I'm not falling for that trick again. I'm staying right here. Hurry you must. Ready to leave we are. Hold on, sis. I'm nearly there. I've just been to blast that bear.
Again, Kazooie's just getting snubbed.
Troops we will leave. Destroy area they will. Stop. Wait for me, Mistress Grunty. No, Klungo, you stay there here. I'll be back, have no fear. Mumbo's head hurts.
Look at our house.
Well, at least everyone got out safely.
Hang on. Where's Goggle Boy?
Mole looks much unwell.
It's worse than that. Grunty's killed poor Bottles.
He wasn't the favorite character in Banjo-Kazooie anyway.
Kazooie!
Sorry.
Grunty wreck house and kill Bottles. She must pay. Baron Bird get after Witch. Mumbo, see you later.
Great. I get to peck more witch butt. Let's go, Banjo.
I have a feeling it's not gonna be so easy this time.
You think if we ever get Banjo 3, there's a chance they'll let us resurrect him as a hidden side quest? You'll see. Look at my best clothes. They're all burnt. So I am pretty sure that, like, not counting generic minions and whatever, hurry up and get after the witch. Can't you see I am decaying down there? I'm pretty sure that was my first ever on-screen death in a video game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hey, I was the star of Banjo-Kazooie. Who's going to help you now I'm dead?
Does he just keep saying stuff?
Yep.
Well. Oh,
Hey. Oh.
we saw this, or it's looping. Is there anything to see in here? Oh.
This is the only appearance of Tootie in the game.
Not quite.
Does she have another portrait?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Whoop. Couple minutes of gameplay and I already bug it. No.
So one difference is that this game does not have a life system.
Right.
It just has infinite lives.
But it does carry over every single move from the previous game, which is always neat to see.
Help! I was knocked off the barbecue and ended up under this rather weighty boulder. Please get rid of it. I can hardly breathe.
Okay.
This is probably the biggest appearance of Royston the Goldfish, who appears in various rare games and is Banjo's pet goldfish, named after one of the Rare developers.
Also, an integral part of defining the extended DK universe.
Yes.
Going by DK Vine.
Stupid Baron Bird coming. Me wait for them in here. So I'll go up to that molehill. Yeah. It doesn't tell you how to activate the molehills, so I didn't know as a kid. So I never learned how to talon trot.
Oh, jeez.
So there's a lot of jiggies that you can't get without talon trot, and notably you need talon trot to get up to Honeybee's hive. So for the longest time, I had only 5 health in the game.
Wow.
Because that's how you upgrade your health. Because I played Banjo-Tooie before Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, we don't know this
Pick
guy
up
yet.
honey to boost your energy! Gold feathers are used for invulnerability!
I should probably beat this guy. This is again just... Okay. Yeah, they even retain all of the power-ups and everything from the previous game, which I am so not used to video games doing.
Yeah.
Actually kind of threw me off starting Tooie, being able to use all of the same muscle memory.
Try using eggs as ammo. Since I played Tooie first, it created this weird dynamic where as a kid I thought, well, yeah, I love the worlds and everything in Kazooie, but like, I can only do half the moves.
Oh, sure.
So now, while I do like Kazooie more these days, it was like, it made Tooie the better game as a kid, I think. Well done! You've found one of my missing pages. Collect 5, then return them to me in Grunty's old lair in Spiral Mountain. I don't love how they treated Cheeto in this game because they turned it into the Cheeto pages into another collectible, which is fine, but like the places Cheeto was hidden in the first game were so clever, and this is just kind of more standard.
Yeah. Oh, I thought there was going to be something interesting in there.
Also, it's like, why is Grunty's lair so trashed?
Yeah, you'd think maybe it'd be run down, but not demolished. But let's here. Let's check it out first, real quick. Fragile brand crates. Oh, wait, where's the land bridge? There's the land bridge.
Red feathers are needed for Kazooie to fly.
Bummer they cut 2D, but I guess this would be too heavy for her.
Maybe she's gone to college or something.
She really got the short end of the stick with a lot of these. She was supposed to have a bigger role in the first game that didn't pan out.
Well, canonically, she got abducted by the rubbish character police.
Oh, yes. Well, you can at least fly around here. I don't think we can do that yet. So let's just... Dude, let me in.
Wonder what Topper, Ball, Collywobble, and Quarry are up to these days. Oh, they're dead. The monsters killed them.
Yeah, they were doing all right the last 2 years, but then they just deed.
Hello again, Banjo. Remember me? I'm Cheeto, the magical spellbook.
Yeah, we know who you are. Just hand over something useful.
You're out of luck there, I'm afraid. Grunty ripped out all my pages because I helped you in the last game. I'd be most grateful if you could look out for them on your travels.
Yeah, maybe. What's in it for us?
Well, for every 5 pages you return, I'll let you in on a little secret.
You mean a cheat?
Well, I'm not called Cheeto for nothing. Sorry, but you'll have to find more pages before I'll tell you a new cheat.
Let's go find some pages, Banjo. I want to cheat!
Finally, you get to go behind the painting. It only took 2 games.
Yeah, it always seemed like there should be something back there. But the passageway further in is blocked, and the passage to Mumbo's mountain is blocked off.
Oh, well, one little detail that I really do appreciate about Banjo-Tooie is that it gives you little location names every time you enter a new screen. But it does have the side effect of when you play Tooie first and you enter this area and it says Grunty's Lair and then a subtitle of entrance, it makes you think that there's a lot more to explore in there.
Oh no, yeah. Huh. Look, Cheeto has the Platonic logo over his cover. Yeah. I like how this is just the same Grunty's Lair theme as in the first game. Yeah. Let's see. SG requested that we check out and see what all we can do while we're here, so let's go into this cave here. Behind the waterfall.
It's just a nice way to add some, like, depth to the world, I guess.
Oh yeah. Look what we have here. A bar. But to the side of the bar, we have another bar. But in between those bars, we see a Nintendo 64 cartridge.
And that is, in fact, Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is inside of Banjo-Tooie.
Mm-hmm. Nothing we can do about it yet, but we'll remember that it's here. Free him.
Free him. We'll do our best. But unfortunately, if you do a flip-flap jump on the right wall.
Over here?
Yeah.
Oh,
you need
yeah.
the grip grab for that to get over to him.
Something to take care of later, though. That's not what the Banjo-Kazooie cart actually looks like. This game's a filthy liar. Maybe Rare printed it differently in Rare's universe.
You can't have textures that good.
Let's see, anything else we can do up here? I don't think so. Oh. This is where we would find a 1-up.
Yep. Now there's nothing except depression.
Yeah. In UK it was called Lilac Wars. Yeah, okay. They went with the British printout of that. Well, I mean...
LW.
There you go. Alright. I think
And
that...
most collectibles in this game appear in nests, which means that you collect them a lot faster, which I think is a good change for most of the collectibles. I wish it wouldn't have applied to the notes, is the only thing.
Yeah, the notes feel much less interesting to collect in this game. Just in general, they feel very vestigial. Alright. But let's mosey on ahead.
Also, every time I pass by that wall in Banjo-Kazooie, it makes me feel like there's something missing there.
Aww.
Because this hole isn't here.
Time to spar with Klungo? Well... Klungo, minion with a mission.
If it isn't Bear and Bird who caused so much trouble to Mistress Grunty.
I don't recall anything like that happening.
You is stupid.
At least we can speak properly.
Congo is mad now. Your gamin's here. Now Klungo squash.
Easy.
Clever Klungo, hide behind magic shield. Now she'll bear my special potion.
It's so weird that this was the one pull from Tooie for a Smash remix, but it's a good song.
Yeah, not one I think about often, but it does kind of make sense. Like, Klungo is oddly one of the more important characters in this game.
Yeah. I always appreciated Klungo simultaneously being this big dumb brute while also being a mad scientist. I don't think that ever occurred to me. That is fun.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it gets
that was
a lot more personality in this game. I like it. Nasty bear and bird hurts poor Klungo.
You asked for it.
Why don't you run off and we'll forget this ever happened?
Your good idea, but you not seen last of Klungo. Klungo coming, mistress. Please beat failure Klungo with broomstick. Also, a fun thing is that Klungo has 3 different potions, which all give different effects to him. And he has 3 different boss fights. And in each one of them, he uses one of those potions chosen at random. So every time you play, you're going to have different boss fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah.
Alright.
So he might turn giant in his final boss fight in a different playthrough.
Okay, sure. Ilo Hags, Jinjo Village.
Also, best song in the game right here.
Oh yeah. This was the one I was hoping for to show up in Smash.
This is one of my silos. Open up some more to create a network of shortcut tunnels.
Are you telling me he might be giants?
So each one of these houses holds a different number of Jinjos. And one of them gets ran over by Grunty's digging machine. The gray Jinjo house. So as a little touch, I like to think that there's one black Jinjo and so on. But I would like to think that there's 10 gray Jinjos, but now there's 0 gray Jinjos.
Probably, yeah.
This is an information signpost. Press B when next to one to read it.
Okay.
In loving memory of the Gray Jinjo family, passed away unexpectedly when a huge digging machine flattened their house.
I love how mean this game is. I don't think there's anything over here for me just yet.
Oh, so that's another thing to bring up. They improved the roll. So instead of having the dinky roll and stop, now you can actually use it as a mobility option.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Very, very good change. Because there was really no reason to ever roll in the first game.
They also completely replaced the claw swipe.
Yeah, it's the now it's Kazooie's attack, which is also better.
Yes. King Jingling's throne room.
Yo, what's up? I'm King Jingling, king of all things Jinjo, and ruler of this village.
Your kingdom seems a bit empty.
My people were scared away by those witches and their giant machine. I kinda like it quiet, but I need to get them all back for the kickball tournament next week.
It doesn't seem that important to me.
But it is! There's a big kickball rivalry between the Jinjos and the Moles, which means there could be trouble if we don't turn up.
Oh dear.
Exactly! Anyway, here's an incentive for you to rescue my people.
Rip the dance.
I believe you should go and see Master Jiggy Wiggy in his temple now.
Jiggy who?
Jiggy Wiggy! He's the leader of a secret and ancient order dedicated to the mystical powers of the Crystal Jiggy.
Ancient order? Crystal Jiggy? You just made that up, didn't ya?
No, honest, it's all true. He's very important to your adventure, as only the Crystal Jiggy can open the worlds that you must enter.
Can you show us the way, King Dingaling?
It'll be my pleasure.
Can't believe King Jingling kidnapped Ruby's pet. I don't think I ever noticed that.
Yep.
Let it be known that the way the Jarls and the Elder Scrolls recline is fully derivative of King Jingling.
Not bad for a king, huh?
Yeah, the strange pet thingy was cool.
Let's go and find that Jimmy Wiggy then.
Meanwhile, Banjo does not support the monarchy. It seems to be mostly a ceremonial role, really. Not quite sure what the actual governance of the Isle of Hags is. Is it kidnapping or is it eminent domain?
Come on, sisters, time I lack. What's the plan to get my body back? Annoying your ringing is, so stop it or we will not tell. Oh, if I must. B.O.B. this is. Big ol' blaster built by Minji and me. Life force from ground, plants and creatures it can suck. Stored in big tank life force is. Shower grunty will take when tank full. Then new body you will have. An evil and heartless plan, I like it. How long will it take to suck up enough life force? Not slim you are, so plenty will be needed. So start blasting! Patient you must be. Target you first must pick. That cursed Jingling has just given the furry fool a jiggy. I reckon we should blast the Jinjo King. Auto-targeting B.O.B. has. Button you only have to press.
She watched the cutscene, so she knew that he gave him a jiggy.
Well, yes.
Warmed up, B.O.B. is, so begin will the firing sequence.
So anyway, Grunty started blasting.
Target B.O.B. has hit. Deal life force he will.
Unlucky B.O.B. was. Bear we just missed.
Never mind him. What about that traitor Jingling? He's just a zombie now. Successful BLB was Jingling's life force we have. Alright then, girls, let's blast the whole island.
This we can do, but big charge up BLB will need.
Hours it will take, and revenge Bear will seek. Pah! I wouldn't worry.
Lowercase f for jingling. Whoop.
Ba-
Oh, what? Oh, oh no.
Crap.
Well, that's gonna make things interesting. Okay.
Clean your cartridge.
Yeah, okay. Bear with me, folks. I should have thought to take care of this ahead of time, but it's been so long since we've actually done a cartridge-based game that just completely slipped my mind. I don't know if you guys can actually hear me from the other room here. Remind me, Gooms, because we were playing this when we met up a couple months ago. Was this one of the carts that was giving us troubles?
I don't think so.
Okay. Crap. You might have just been lucky today. Yeah, okay. This is definitely one of those where it would be nice if we got this on Switch Online. That might help a couple things, but I don't think anything like this has happened with any of my N64 carts. I've run into
It's
this.
definitely happened with me.
Oh, hey, I love blue. Hey, Tarvould. Boy, you keep catching us when we're having technical issues on these.
If I recall, it does not save, so you might have to do it
Okay.
again.
Let's see.
Oh, no, it does.
Oh, wait. We might be okay. Oh, geez, Louise. Fortunate.
Yeah, okay, so we didn't lose much at all.
We were in the middle of a
Thank God
cutscene,
for
so
autosave.
I guess we'll... I don't think I can skip only part of this cutscene, so we'll have to let this play for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's up, guys? Not much. We
Could have been a lot worse.
No kidding. I don't think I've ever made it past the first world in this. Remind me, you've played Kazooie in its entirety, right, Tarvould? Oh, start to finish many, many times. That's what I thought. Interesting. So, Tooie's never clicked with you?
You read for a second. I need to go. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Once we get to new stuff, I'll start reading. As not, I've tried to multiple times and always fall off. We were talking a little bit before about I've gotten credits, but I've only ever gotten 81 of the jiggies, so not all of them. And Gooms has played this over and over again. This was one of his childhood favorites. I'm revisiting this for mostly the first time since I was in high school, I guess. I did start a replay a couple of years back, or about 2 years ago, but fell off of that. So this is me really getting into this for the first time in a while. Also, let it be noted that the two options are indeed suck and blow. Just a hint of much of the rare sense of humor you'll be dealing with in this game. I just beat Banjo-Kazooie like 2 weeks ago. Oh, nice! Nice! Were you showing Zach for the first time? For the record, I've been reading all three of their voices like old French women. Fair. No, I was not, sadly. It's for the content. Ooh, okay. Welcome back. We're about caught up to where we were before.
Yep.
Well, the old Brits and their Randy wordplay. Well, see also, 3 characters in this game are named Minji something or another. Alright.
Minjella, Minjo, and whatever.
Zach's been playing the Pokemon TCG on Switch Online. He's like, the air attacks are so weak. Oh no.
Banjo's got no one to help him now that Mole and Jingling are gone. He'll never get to us in time.
Is this before or after the Hocus Pocus movie? Oh gosh. I don't know when that came out.
Another instance of changing the theme I really like is that they create a new theme just for Zombified Castle.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, there's a Monado on the BOB screen.
And another theme.
I do always love the minor key versions. Getting big, exaggerated Serica Jessica Parker and other plumper sister vibes. Also, he will in fact hurt us.
Don't mess with Target-san. He's got a terrible temper.
He does at least espouse gameplay hints despite being undead.
I heard that Minjos look just like us Jinjos. How bizarre.
Well, there you go, Minjos. So, Minjelda, Minji, Jongo, and Minjos.
Yeah.
I think one of the random enemies too is Minji something or another.
And Jingling is completely invincible. I would know. I've spent many minutes trying to kill him as a kid.
Sure.
You should pop into one or two of the Jinjo houses, sure.
Yeah, okay. We'll go into, what is this, white?
Yeah. There's 1 white Jinjo and 9 black Jinjos. Those are the 2 I remember.
The white Jinjo family house.
Think there's 2... Pretty sure there's 2 orange and 3 yellow.
Mm.
Those are all randomized too every time you play. So
Really?
yeah, the spots where the Jinjos are is always the same, but which color Jinjo it is will always be different.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Random, but given that it's entirely superfluous, which type of Jinjo you're getting, that's kind of cute. Sidebar, so unbelievably excited to party again. Oh, dude, yeah, no, I'm with ya. Since I don't think we've announced it officially on the streams yet, we will be resuming the Mario Party League over on Tarvould's Quest Thursday nights going forward. So be sure to tune into those starting next week. They'll be hosted on the Tarvould's Quest YouTube channel, I believe, as opposed to Designing For. So make sure you tune into that. Actually, Tarvould, since I've got the chat running, could you post the link for that so people who are curious can know where they'll need to look? For the YouTube VOD, I will have the link in the description as well. Thank you. Oh, we are just doing it off of your main channel. Nice.
Also, there's another unique Jinjo Village theme right here, and another one when you fill up a Jinjo house. So that's like, what, 10 different unique Jinjo Village themes? They really went all out for this.
Really wanted to get that mileage out of the N64's variable sound chip. Tarvould announced it on his YouTube the other day. Need to watch all of Season 1, but I'm excited to see that come back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Bottle's house.
Hello there, Banjo. How are we today?
Oh, pretty good, Mrs. Bottles. And yourself?
Oh, fine, fine.
Tell her about Ghosty Boy.
Keep quiet, Kazooie.
What was that? Is Bottles okay? He should be back from Spiral Mountain for his dinner soon. He never misses his dinner, you know.
I'm sure he'll be back soon, Mrs. B.
Oh, this is bleak. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wait, am I just attacking their tenants here? Da 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 da. Oh, Bottle's house's theme starts with Funkula. No, this is Bottle's house, not Bleak's house. Their tenants need a few lamps or something. Oh, it's okay, he respawned. Oh, wait, that's progress, so...
Hello, Banjo.
Hi, Goggles.
Since you and Daddy are such good friends, I'll give you these prototype glasses he's working on.
Did he finish working on them by any chance?
Oh yes, I believe they're called the Amazo Gaze glasses.
How do they work?
Well, when in Banjo's eyes view, use left and right to zoom in and out.
Not bad.
Also, zoom in on him
Oh, yeah.
in case you needed any proof that this is in fact a Nintendo game. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There's Donkey Kong right there.
I believe on the Xbox version they removed the tie, but otherwise he's still playing with Donkey Kong. Wait, how do I... There we go. How are you capturing this? So I've got my regular capture card, which is a Ripsaw Razor HD, I believe. Sidebar, here is... I think that's Juno from Jetpack Gemini?
Jet
Or
Force,
Jet Force Gemini.
Yep.
Um,
I apologize if I got the gender of Goggles wrong. I did not.
yeah, Gooms, I expect you to know the difference between Bottles' two kids.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Oh, right. So I've got a Ripsaw Razor HD, but I also have a converter box that changes audio video into HD. Actually, I can kind of show that off. Gooms won't be able to see this, but so take a brief tour here. I've got my N64 right here. I've got my Ripsaw Razor down there, and
I can't hear that name without thinking of Ripsaw Rage. I'm sorry.
It is technically the Razor Ripsaw, but I always think of it as Ripsaw Razor. And right here is the converter box. I don't know how well you can see this, but you've got the HDMI cable going into it on one side, a little power cable, and then the audio video from the N64 coming out on the other side. It is an AV to HDMI upscaler. That's apparently the brand. So, there you go. Watching the Banjo-Kazooie antics in the meantime while Connor's nerding out on this stuff is sending me. Aw. Only just got a DK64 and the DK Land games the day before the eShops got nuked. Didn't know. Okay. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat a little bit. Talk to Mrs. Bottles, right.
Where has my bottles gone to? I need him back here to deal with that monster in our bedroom.
Okay.
We've got to tell her, Banjo.
Not now, Kazooie.
You know, normally Kazooie is not one for being the most ethical, but I think she's right in this case.
Yeah, no, I'm with her.
Hey there, Banjo!
Hi, Specky.
Me and my dad are gonna be playing in the kickball tournament next week over at the Mayan Stadium. King Jingling has organized it especially for my dad, since he's such a hero.
I don't suppose you have any substitutes?
Why would we need substitutes? My dad is the best on the team.
I'm sure he was, or is.
And did you know that tunnel over there is my secret way out of the village? You might find it useful.
We already know that. King Dangling is a personal friend of ours.
He opened it up especially for us.
Nice.
Also, he has a picture of, I forget the girl's name. That dude. But yeah, they've got matching.
Say for example that your dad had been terminally zapped by an evil witch's spell. How would you react?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
Well, now I have to check in with Goggles and see what she has to say. Oops, sorry. Oh, she only has the one. Oh, no, there we go.
How are the Mazo gauge glasses working out? I'm sure my daddy will be able to fix them if they're broken.
But can anyone fix Daddy?
Oh, why does he need fixing?
Kazooie means your mom is just fixing up his dinner.
Oh, that's alright then. I was afraid you meant he'd been blasted by a fatal spell or something.
This game has no chill, though. Yeah, no. ILO Hags, Wooded Hollow.
I am Jiggy Wiggy, and this is my temple. If you want to see me, you'll need to get past my doorman first. Explore around here before going there.
Yeah, okay. Ilo Hag's name of my bachelorette party. Oop.
It's canonically the island that all of Banjo's adventures take place on. We just learn it in this game. It's like the greater island that we never got a chance to see, but Spiral Mountain's on it.
Yeah, like, it's like if Banjo-Kazooie in its entirety took place in, I don't know, Wales, and now we're exploring the entirety of Great Britain. Or at least
Oh man, the
British
roll
Isles.
is so much cooler in this game. Yeah, they vastly improved the roll.
Yes.
And the basic attack too. It's now Kazooie's that, which gives it a lot more range.
A lot better than the dinky claw swipe. What do we have in here?
It's a shortcut to Jinjo Village.
Oh, yeah, that's right. One-way shortcut at that.
Yeah.
Name of the strip club for a bachelor party as well. A strip club with a very niche target audience. Well, we do know from Banjo-Kazooie that, in fact, Grunty does do a striptease, so
Yeah.
not that out of the question.
Well, she does a striptease in exactly 1/3 of all possible universes.
Ah, true. So, it's a quantum situation where 1/3 of all Grunties, there's a 1/3 chance that Grunty does a, what is it, a scary striptease? Spooky striptease?
No, it just says she performs a striptease.
Oh, okay.
One of the other ones is blowing a balloon up with her butt, and I forget the other one.
That's right.
Help! Yippee! You saved me! I'm off for home now. And what's cool is that, like, since the Jinjos are randomized, this cutscene is also randomized each time you play.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Because it has to zoom into a different Jinjo house. Thanks for rescuing me. I live in this house with the rest of my similar colored family. Rescue us all and we'll give you the family heirloom.
As if I need
And-
any reminders, I'm Ace. Aw.
And that since the Jinjo has to be that color, you will never get to see the other 8 Jinjo colors talking in this game.
Rip.
This is Jiggy Wiggy's Altar of Knowledge. Press B to view the Mighty One's wisdom.
What's the third option? I am blanking on it. Gooms, quick, do a Google search for Gruntilda striptease. Eating a big bucket of beans, if I remember correctly. Oh, here it
Yeah,
is.
that's right.
Uh,
It is written that 1 Jiggy is required to open this door.
okay.
The Jiggy requirements to open doors tend to be very forgiving. There's another thing you missed.
I'm trying to remember what all this. I mean, I can't get up there yet.
Yep.
That's... I came from down there. Following this trail doesn't get me anywhere. It's... Oh, there's 2 paths in the woods. Oh, this is where that is. Okay.
Hey, what? Fine special egg. Huh? Got no special eggs yet.
Afraid not.
Aggie got one, huh? But can't reach it. Huh? So you must hatch.
So I couldn't climb up those either.
Oh, yeah, huh. So there we have one of the stop and swap eggs.
Yep.
This is what happened to them. At least the ones that the peoples knew about.
Hatch it with the beak buster.
Yeah, okay.
These are split up pads.
Oh. Okay. Can't do anything else about it. But... Also, the yellow one.
Wait.
Yep.
You didn't do what he said.
Oh, but I can't do anything. I can't do that yet.
Try
Oh.
hatching it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Unfortunately, you cannot.
Wait. There we go.
It's a very durable egg.
The yellow one was
I
not the
guess
ones people knew about. Okay.
I guess we'll have to solve this puzzle later.
We'll come back. Ignore all the bird poop. I guess Heggy is just does not take care of herself.
Suitable eggs may be found closer to home than you think.
It's always been kind of weird to me that the stop and swap items that appear in this game are all the ones foreshadowed in Kazooie, and also the yellow egg for some reason. Well, the ones foreshadowed make sense because that was the only ones that people were supposed to know about at that time. Yellow one was probably for funsies as well. I just want to poke around a little bit. It's just feathers. Alright, what's your deal?
I am a lowly disciple of Jiggy Wiggy. I work the door of his sacred temple to keep out those who are not worthy.
Sounds like fun.
Do you think we are worthy?
That depends. To prove yourself worthy to enter, you must collect images in the form of Jiggy Wiggy himself.
And what might these images look like?
Jigsaw pieces, also known as jiggies.
Well, that sounds familiar.
Let's see what you have then. It seems you have collected enough jiggies to be allowed inside. Remember, no cameras permitted, and only food purchased at McJiggy's can be eaten within.
Didn't realize it was the Ghibli Museum.
Greetings, O Chosen One. You have entered the sacred temple of Jiggy Wiggy. Approach the golden monolith if you wish to prove yourself worthy.
What do these pictures look like? They're Jiggy Wiggy's nudes.
I mean, almost correct.
Wait, what are...
When fortune smiles, here will be written the Jiggy secrets. So that's a secret code.
Right.
You can only get that by getting many, many beatings in Witchy World.
That's
And that-
right.
And that tells you the locations of all of the Jiggies in all of the worlds.
Okay, so we're probably not getting any of those.
Press B when near the monolith to attempt Jiggy Wiggy's challenge 1.
I will try. Here we go. Oh, this is familiar.
You must complete the image before you if you wish to travel to where it shows. Use the control stick to guide your hand. Press A to pick up a piece. Once a piece is held, It can be placed down by pressing A or returned to the outside by pressing B. You only have a limited time to prove yourself. May Jiggy Wiggy grant you luck. These are much easier than the ones in Banjo-Kazooie, though.
Well, yes. Also, now that I am on official hardware or original hardware, I can't be held. I can't hold the console responsible if I doof up on this.
You have completed Jiggy Wiggy's challenge 1. So now the Great One will show you the way.
I don't think I ever noticed that was Grunty's head next to the timer is facing straight forward.
Yep.
Yeah, she's kind of...
Behold the power of the mighty Jiggy Wiggy. You do not have enough Jiggies to attempt challenge 2. Come back later when you do.
Okay. I'll have to come back later.
Talk to him.
Yeah, okay. Oops, sorry.
You must collect enough Jiggies to prove yourself worthy to enter Jiggy Wiggy's temple. You don't have enough Jiggies. 3 more are needed if you wish to be granted an audience with the great Jiggy Wiggy.
Yeah, alright, well, we'll come back in a bit. Just grab some eggs. Alright, here we go. Mayahem Temple.
This is a warp pad. Find another one in this world, and you'll be able to warp between them. I think you missed something.
Did I? Oh, yeah, there it is.
You might need to be a Stony.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. You found some notes, boy. Now come and find me.
Yeah, this coming on right off of Kazooie was definitely a step down for me. Just seeing, oh, they're in clusters of 5.
Yeah, and then you instantly collect 20. This Mumbo pad, Mumbo stand on it to perform great magic. The mighty shiny one sleeps until his services are required once again. I'm sure the note, maybe the note nests, they consolidated them so the game doesn't have to load as many. Also, this is a special honeycomb.
Oh yeah.
You've collected a skill stop honeycomb. Press B to stop your energy bar as close to the top as possible.
And those get faster as the game goes on.
Makes sense.
Eh? We speak English in this game.
Stop right there. What do you want?
We want to go in there as it sounds cool.
Of course it's cool. Everyone wants to see the Stony kickball games.
Stand aside then, bozo. You'll miss the action.
Bozo. I'm Officer Uno Gopaz, and there ain't no tickets left. They sold out while you were playing Banjo-Kazooie.
We don't want to watch. We're here to kick butt and win.
Nice try, but I'm afraid you can't. The games are only open to Stonies.
Oh, go on, please.
Nope.
How about a bribe?
How dare you? This is a respectable organization. Get lost, both of you.
To be fair, that is basically Banjo and Kazooie's MO. Just pay everyone off with collectibles.
Yep.
Hey, get your sorry hide over here and press B. Drill Sergeant Jam Jars reporting for duty, sir.
Banjo, get a load of this bozo. It looks like Bottles in uniform.
Of course I look like Bottles, you punk. He's my brother. How's the geek keeping anyhow?
Not too good.
Recently deceased at the hands of Grunty the Witch.
Sorry to hear that, Flea Ball. Did he go out fighting?
Playing cards, actually.
Typical. So you'll be wanting to learn some of my special moves to get even with the witch, huh?
Not really. Bottles taught us loads in the last game.
He only knew novice moves. You'll get nowhere without my advanced techniques.
Sounds good to us, Jam Jars. Why not teach us a few now?
Not that easy, punk. You've got to prove your sorry selves first by collecting me a few notes. Come back if you can find enough.
Hey, wait a minute.
I see you've got enough notes for my first lesson. Listen and learn, you punks. What you need is an aiming sight. Hit the targets, then you might. First person view by pressing up. Hit Z to fire with hit by pressing C and press fire with accuracy. Dismissed.
Hit. Oh, C and accuracy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the buttons always throw off the meter on that.
Yeah. I always call it C up, so that's confusing. But
I guess it's up C. And then, of course, this is a British game, so
It'd be
it's
Z.
the Z button. Some of the rhymes require this to work out of the very American drill sergeant. I like how all of Bottles' relatives have names that Kazooie nicknamed Bottles himself in the first game. Can I do this? Yeah, but...
well, what did you just learn?
Oh, right.
This aiming sight is a little finicky, but to be fair, aiming eggs was pretty finicky and Kazooie as well. So like, it's a improvement, I suppose.
Kirby Tilt and Tumble has me freaked out. I could do all right, but
I like how all of Bottle's relatives have names that Kazooie nicknamed Bottles himself in the first game. Yeah.
I knew Jam Jars was from the first game, but yeah, Goggles is one too, huh?
What's up with you?
It's terrible. I can't find Targazan's favorite priceless relic thingy. I think it may have been stolen.
Tough luck. We don't care.
Help Chief Blodazan find it, and I'll reward you with a jiggy.
A jiggy? Well, in that case...
Great. I'll open the other door for you, but please hurry.
Can't get up there.
That's too steep.
Hey, nice.
This is an extra honeycomb piece.
And
Only a termite.
as a kid, as I said before, I had no idea what the extra honeycomb pieces were for.
Yeah, huh? Nope, there is nothing back there.
Mumbo now has a skull in every world, and Wumbo also has a wigwam in every world, but we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
You've caught a Globo. They're supposed to have magical powers.
Do 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 do. What is this?
Use the giant shiny one to open the huge stone doors.
Mumbo's skull is almost always exactly the same, but sometimes they trick you up with it, so pays to search.
Ah, Baron Bird here at last. Mumbo best shaman in game, so built new skull. Mumbo also want to help, but must find me magic creature.
We've got a Globo.
Must give magic creature to Mumbo if want help. Want Mumbo's help?
Should I do this right away, or should I keep exploring?
You can do this right away.
Okay,
It,
sure.
it all loops around back to same spot anyway.
Sure. We need all the help we can get.
Throw it in Mumbo's bag. Ah, Mumbo get to be hero at last. Press B to see mighty shaman Zapstick. Return me to my chair when want to be Baron Bird again.
And we can play as Mumbo in this game.
Yep. This game has a lot of different playable characters, which I think is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mumbo is far, far more limited than Banjo and Kazooie are, but it's cute. And he mostly serves as like a key to unlock more of the world, but
You found another warp pad. Move on to it and press B to warp to any other warp pad that you have activated in this world.
I don't like the sound effect that plays when Mumbo adjusts his loincloth skirt thing.
I like spinning around in little circles with Mumbo's Zapstick.
Oh yes, absolutely. Let's see. What is what does this do?
Beat it, weirdo! Jam Jar's advanced training school is for bears and birds only.
Well, how do you know that Mumbo isn't either of those?
He has feathers.
Yeah, and a skull.
Yeah, bears and birds have a skull.
Alright. Treble clef isn't even a musical note, but whatever.
Nice one, punk. Treble clefs are worth a mighty 20 notes.
Also, that is in fact all of the notes.
Yep.
What are you? Oh.
You can probably only talk to her with banjo.
Fine. Dun, 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 dun. Unfortunately, you don't get unique dialogue for talking to every single NPC as Mumbo. Well, when you put it like that, I guess that makes sense. Wait, hold on, I'll navigate this. I just need to walk into the wall at the right angle. Target Zen's Temple Lobby. Don't think there's anything I can do here. So let's just go ahead and do the obvious.
It's the only thing Mumbo can really do in this level.
Whee. Right, fall damage.
Also, each transformation and Mumbo himself have different amounts of health, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh, well, I should really just use the warp thing.
No, it doesn't matter.
I'm at half health, I can't risk it.
I mean, it's exactly the same distance. But
Now leave the world. I don't think I can I?
no, it won't let you, but it does have dialogue for it.
I'll check it out in a sec. So, just worth pointing out, the pad does say Ecum Bokum. So if you ever wondered how it was spelt, now you know.
Press B to see mighty Mumbo magic. Hope this works.
Summon Golden Goliath.
Every world has like a different type of spell, and like it's like a different category of magic. So theoretically, there would be a bunch of different summon spells in this world, but this is the only summon you can do in this one.
Yeah, I love how much heavy lifting the subtitles do.
Mumbo magic make Golden Goliath rise. Magic only lasts short time. To control me again, return statue to its base and press B.
Oh, right, I am on a time limit.
Can destroy that boulder too.
With relative ease?
Yes.
Punt. Punt.
You should go in there.
Oh, I can go in there? Okay. Even more relative ease than Junkie himself, in fact.
Not that way.
Crap. It
Where are
loops.
you going?
It loops.
No, just turn around. Where are you going?
Oh, up there?
Yes. Get the jiggy.
Punt.
I think you can get the Jinjo by kicking too.
Really? Huh.
Mumbo magic run out.
Let's try that again. I don't think you can skip cutscenes in this game. Jumping does not speed things up. Wait, is there anything else to grab? Yeah, the Jinjo I was gonna try. Dun-dun-dun. You really probably shouldn't be able to do that.
I figured it out as a kid, so there you go.
There we'll go later.
Open that door too, in the temple.
Do I just kick it open?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The Golden Goliath can do basically everything. In case you just don't want to wait until you get grenade eggs and stuff.
Good to know. Punt. Wait, no, wait, I got it. Punt!
Okay, there's one more thing to do with him.
Not in there though, right? Just that door up
No.
top?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Oh,
That one
right.
we cannot go in.
Honestly, fair. I can never remember for sure if anything happens if you make a Golden Goliath punt Mumbo. Well, there's one way to find out.
I don't think so.
Clearly, Mumbo doesn't need to be concentrating on this spell. Nah.
Go in the water though.
Oh yeah, okay. Wait, it's up top, isn't it? Oh.
I don't think there was anything else for that.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't remember if like it ended automatically if you go in the water or not.
I just squished that poor Jinjo. He's fine. He's fine. It's good. Try and
Leave the world.
Yeah, okay.
And Mumbo swims with his staff in his teeth, which is fun.
Oh yeah. Mumbo cannot climb, which, I mean, he's carrying a staff, so that tracks.
Mumbo not want to leave this world. Nasty men would loot skull.
What? What? Is there a different excuse each time? Does he just live in fear of this?
Oh wait, you should go to Wumba's wigwam.
Do we do that?
Oh.
Do they do that first, or do we?
Yeah, do that as Mumbo.
Okay. Yeah, how do we want to do Wumba?
It's not like the most sensitive thing in the world, but
Right.
oh, well, here we go.
All right.
Mumbo not welcome. Leave now or be in big heap trouble.
No.
Mumbo, get out of pool.
No.
In fair,
Mumbo not welcome.
in fairness, they were British and they probably knew a lot of Native American culture from Pocahontas. So
From a I guess from white American popular culture, yeah. I'll say that for what they were going for, to have another shaman character to replace Mumbo.
yeah, I like her dynamic. I legitimately like her dynamic with Mumbo. That's fun. But
Like, if you were going to choose a character to be a shaman type character, going from witch doctor to Native American mystic makes sense. So I get where that's coming from. I think it's also interesting having it be just having the dynamic be Mumbo was a guy, so Wumba's Wumba's a woman. Like I get a lot of the choices. It's a little awkward in practice, but easy to see why they ended up redesigning the character for nuts and bolts. Speaking of, let's go ahead and just meet up with her as Banjo and Kazooie.
Big heap welcome to Little Baron Bird.
I'm Banjo. My feathered friend is Kazooie.
Me Humba Wumba, best magic person on island.
Yeah, we heard that Mumbo was the best.
Not true. Mumbo amateur. Wumba best. You bring global magic creatures here. You have global. Want to give it to Humba?
Sure.
Sure, I'll just throw it in.
Magic ready. Jump in Wumba pool.
I just want to poke around a little bit. I think that is actually the same spell book that... Oh, well, clearly not. Spells written by Humble Wumba. I was trying to remember if Mumbo had a spell book in the first game.
Wumba call this Stony. Use control stick to move, and press B for big heap barge attack. Jump back in Wumba pool when want to be Baron Bird again.
It's the same
it's
spell
the
book
same
from Mario
from the
Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine bottle.
There you go.
Got back around. So the Stony has more health, which is neat, and he can charge. And he's smaller, which comes in play a little bit. Oh, and you can talk to these. Under the strong rocks, you will find many surprises. the rocks are supposed to punt? I don't think there's anything you didn't already find.
Okay. Can't remember if I can go up these inclines.
You can't.
Darn.
I think there might be another one of those creatures in the corner back there.
On this side?
No, on the other side. But
Oh, okay.
check here too.
Doobie doobie doo doo doo.
I will say that most of the transformations feel very slow.
Yes. But there is something fun to watching this walking animation in tempo with the music.
Yeah.
Just keeps going. Alright, what do we got?
A warning! Trespassers in the quicksand are liable to be eaten.
Well, I'm a Stony. Stonies don't get eaten.
Yes, they do.
Oh.
Oh, 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 oh. You just
wait.
murdered that man.
Wait, no. I want to go. We'll go here. Bum, bum, ba-da-da.
Now we can get that empty honeycomb.
Nice.
Try to leave the world. Humba magic not work if go through there. Only Baron Bird can leave.
Fair. Oh, yeah, let's see what this guy has to say. Just a sec.
Shoot the giant stone ones between the eyes.
Oh, right. You're out of range, aren't you? Oh. Do the wave. Do the wave. Thank you.
Help.
Wait, that's a wall.
Oh, Lakitu, calm down.
I'm Banjo the Stony. Can I come in and play?
I don't know. That backpack looks kind of familiar.
Are you saying we're Baron Bird in an elaborate disguise? Trying to cheat our way in?
Yep, it's pretty obvious. But they're a bit short on players, so you might as well go in anyway.
Yeah, okay. The Stony's Banjo's actual model have the gold tooth his portrait has? Doesn't look like that. Right, okay.
Welcome to the Mayan Amateur Kickball Championship. You may enter the quarterfinals, but I'd advise you to take a little training downstairs first.
Fine. Where's the training seminar?
This is the training area. You may consult any of the washed-up player coaches for advice.
Harsh.
Use the control stick to move, Z to kick the ball, and B to barge. Kick the balls into your goal to score 2 points. Does that help?
Oh, I'm sure we'll soon find out.
I reckon you should score lots of points.
I think we could have worked that one out for ourselves.
This is my reminder. I reckon you should score lots of points.
I think we could have worked that one out for ourselves.
Oh, I hit both of them somehow.
Here's my advice, Sonny. Try to come in first.
Wowee, we'd never have thought of that.
Right.
Remember, you can kick the ball too.
Oh, with Z. That's right. You should talk to some of these guys as normal banjo. Wouldn't it basically just be variations of what we saw before, where banjo just doesn't get it?
Yeah, but how he responds might be different.
Yeah, fair.
Hey, Walk, who's this ugly new guy? May the best Stony win! What are you doing?
Right, own goals. I think I made that mistake too with when we were doing multiplayer. What?
It broke on the side.
Aw, man.
Not bad, but you need to come in first. Do you want to play again?
So it starts. And a lot more use of minor keys here compared to Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, you definitely see that Grant got a lot more comfortable experimenting with keys and such.
This game has a much darker tone than the first game, so it tends to be in minor key a lot more often.
At least the audience is rooting for you.
And you've won your quarterfinal. Move on to the semifinals.
Guess I'm in the losers bracket now or something.
Those shorts look stupid. May the best Stony win. Oh yeah.
Red are
They have
worth
different hints
double,
every
right?
time. No, the red are -1.
Oh, right. Not allowed.
It's kind of fun that they like add a different mechanic on each of the rounds, though.
Oh, for sure.
You've won your semifinal. The Mayan kickball final beckons. You've no chance of becoming champion. May the best Stony win. Those stun your enemies. The game would have told you that if you went to the training area between rounds, but whatever.
Well, they weren't very helpful that first time.
One of them was helpful.
Hey, that's not all of us. Quite a bit of proximity on that mine.
Yep.
Well, doesn't matter.
I declare you the new Mayan kickball champion.
I'm too choked up for words.
Just for the sake of things.
I've forgotten what I was gonna say.
No wonder you don't play anymore.
Has anyone mentioned that you should try to come in first?
Let's get out of here, Banjo.
Kick the bombs at your opponents to stun them.
Bombs? Oh, now you're talking.
Is there anything else that I need to be stony for? I don't think so.
Can you go? I think it's locked right now, but look at that grate to the left.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's later.
Okay, fair enough.
Just something to be aware of, though.
Gotcha.
I think that's all for Stony.
Mhm.
This Wumba magic not need Globo next time. Fair change for free.
Cool. Do you have anything else to say at the moment?
Jump in Wumba pool to change.
Okay.
Also, this
Yes.
is like one of the most starking examples of how small Banjo is.
Yeah, I was just thinking he's teeny tiny compared to just normal human being.
Yeah.
But we also know that he's about as big as... He's only a little bit smaller than DK, I think.
Uh-huh.
So, figure that one out.
I guess Humba Wumba's just huge. Kazooie.
Wait a minute. What did you say?
Tim Bird, that's right. I never knew that. Okay, fine. Let's go to the.
I hope that wasn't an insult.
Kick you, butter.
Tony only are allowed to enter the games.
I guess I'll check with these guys. Ugly Bear and Bird. What was that? Ugly Bear and Bird is a. Aka kick use butts. For Bataxi.
I kick your furry butts or something like that.
Yeah. Use stupido guitas. Your stupid gets. Yeah. I was just in there. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. That's right. Good night.
So before you explore that whole area, see what else is outside here.
Yeah,
Then we can do that one last.
I need to get a few more moves yet.
Yep. Here's a move that's a load of fun. Now use Kazooie as a handheld gun. Zed fires eggs both high and low. Targazan's Temple, in you can go. That'll be all. Dismissed. You want to end with Targazan's Temple because it's like the boss fight and stuff.
You know, that's fair. Okay. Oh, wait. I was supposed to go up. Hold on. I'll make this work. Wait. There we go. Got it. What is... I don't know. Aw, man. Thought I'd averted disaster by undoing the jumbo.
Uncharacteristically straightforward Jiggy for this game. Look at the state of poor Venus field. This plague of filthy flies is scoffing my crops.
Oh dear. How can we help?
Get rid of the pesky flies, of course.
Say your prayers, flies.
We'll have to come back for that.
Amazing! I can't hardly believe it! You wheatly sorted those flies out!
Enough of the crop jokes, lady. I believe you owe us a jiggy.
Oh, I guess I do.
Better than scoffing your troughs. Let me think. I can climb down?
Well, remember,
Oh, right.
there's one thing you destroyed with the statue that you haven't explored yet with the Golden Goliath.
Right. Right. I'll go there in a sec. Let me grab the other move first.
Nope, that's not what it is. Not the door. There's one other thing you're forgetting about.
Oh, the stone. Right. Okay. Yes.
You can shoot those statues between the eyes, remember, also.
All right.
You can't do it in midair yet.
Getting ahead of myself. The treasure chamber. Okay. Wait. Where is this? Oh.
Yeah, that was always weird. I have done that same thing many times.
Oh. Right.
A little preview for a future world. Oh, get out, Unga's cave!
Right. How's this go? Am I able to... I'm just not able to step on any of this, right?
No, you have to.
Okay, I just have to sneak. Welcome to the 5th world in the game. Yep. T. Wow, this keeps going.
Are there other passageways to explore in here?
There's this spot over here. But this is locked.
Yeah, that's that'll be a shortcut to Mayahem Temple that you can open later,
Alrighty.
I believe.
That's where we just came from. So I have to go out through the hide here. Yeah, this is our first hint at the huge interconnected nature of each of these worlds.
Uh-huh.
Did I...
It's just in our inventory now.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's where I came from. Alright. I'll check.
Well, I think that's fine. I think that's where you're supposed to be anyway.
Okay. Okay. So, what exactly do I do with that?
You give it back to him.
Oh, right. Okay.
You found Tarzan's priceless relic thingy.
The cavemen stole it.
Why, those thieving little...
Careful, this is a family game.
Oh yes, so it is. Why don't I just give you a jiggy?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I have gone. Me in much trouble. Big beatings.
Does he open it? Does he open it for me? No. He just goes.
Thanks again for returning Tarzan's relic thingy. Why don't you go up to his temple and let him thank you personally?
We'll do that, Chief.
Never struck me just how ominous that was. I like that slow startup.
Be on a different level when you do that. I can't shoot up. So that deactivates it.
Oh. Okay.
Pretty sure it's temporary though.
Ah, well.
Let's see. Hit the flight pad again.
Oh, right, yeah. I didn't feel like going around the other way. Let's see. I need to go up here. A little bit of a waste, but whatever. Oh, hey, not so much of a waste. Darn. Is there anything on the back here I should investigate? Doesn't look like it.
You can get that honeycomb piece.
Yep. Nice.
You can also get that with the grip grab, but that's easier.
Go back and see if there's anything down that path I didn't explore in the Unga Bunga cave. Yeah, okay. I'll just do that right quick. All right, let's see. That's a loop. Stop that. Stop that. Okay. So where does that leads out? So then if we go to the over here.
Now you can stomp on those things as much as you want. And that's just where you dropped off.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, hey, dude, chill.
The angry ones only give you 2.
I don't actually see anything I can do over here besides split up.
No, wait, go in that crack. Turn around.
In here? Oh, hello. Sorry, I was, Okay, so we'll have to come back here and do some, do something with that egg. But good to know that that's there. Sounds like it's storming outside here, so that was... If you saw me turn around on stream, that's what I was doing. There's another tunnel in the... Well, that's not happening anytime soon. Oh, you're an enemy.
I forgot that you could get over here this early in the game. I usually don't go over this way.
Wait, is this a... Might as well see what he says when you don't have the requisite notes. Yeah, okay.
Forget it, punk. You won't be needed to learn this one. Just Flea Girl there.
Oh.
Finding it tough, huh? Looks like you need some rations. So that was the you need to split up failure message, not the you don't have enough notes failure message.
Interesting. Okay.
You failed for 2 reasons.
And he had to bail me out for low health. No. First use of Wonder Wing. I mean, he was scary. You saw him charging at me. Alright, I think that's everything I can do here at the moment. I think an interesting upshot of the way this game's using its subtitles and such is that it's not actually telling you what world that was.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of adds to the mystery and intrigue of the interconnectedness.
And the musical motif being a different theme is like a little bit of foreshadowing too.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let me think. Things I can do. Let's start by grabbing that last move.
Listen up to what you're told. On the edges you can now hold. Move along with the greatest of ease. Button B to attack what you please. The meter is really rough on a lot of these.
Yeah. But now he can grab stuff and climb up. There's a Tony.
Nanoback, Cug, Quaggy, Kick, Nunabuk, Kicks, Volp in there.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
That's hurtful.
Two more things to check out in this area.
Yes. Timing on that must be pretty finicky.
Just wait next to him. Well, you can hit him, you just missed every time.
I don't know that I believe you.
Quit
Okay.
moving. You just stand next to him, and then when he comes out, you peek.
There we go. Exploded his entire head. Alright, here we go.
Run.
Run? Oh,
Yeah, run. Thought you'd steal Slumber's gold while he slept, did you?
Well, yes, to be honest.
But I heard you coming, clumsy bear.
Oh.
Splendid. They seem to have gone. Must get some more sleep.
clumsy bear.
Goom.
Also, perhaps the most specific thing to get referenced in Banjo-Kazooie's Smash trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, I dig it. I'm all about those exceedingly specific references.
And now you can just run around and he never wakes up for the rest of eternity.
There's a load-bearing Jiggy. I was deaf surprised to see Slumber come up in the trailer. I'll be honest, I had to look up the reference later.
Pressing the control stick only slightly will make you tiptoe silently.
I knew watching it, was like, this is a reference to something. I don't remember what this is. But, like, absolutely cool. You really want the Smash trailers to... Oh, I did miss something here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Alright, that's
Well,
okay.
that might just be another way in as a Stony. But Don't remember if you ever need to go in there as a Stony, though. I guess it's if you can't figure out the break the door puzzle, you can still access the cheat chamber.
Yep, they had to keep in the cheats some way in this game.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got here?
This isn't any use to you, as you haven't earned any of my cheats yet.
That's hurtful.
This is where you activate my cheats. Stand on this podium if you want to know how.
I want to know how?
You must spell out the cheat code I have given you. Use the control stick to move, the aiming sight, and press Z to fire. And aim carefully, though. If you hit a wrong letter, you'll have to start again.
Well, since we don't know anything, we won't be able to proceed any further, but...
Yep, it says Ezra. Ours backwards.
Wait. Oh, yeah, huh? I had to get that in somewhere. Trying to think of what the other thing I can do around here is.
Yeah, I think it was just going in there.
Oh, okay. I don't know that that's one Stony will have anything new to say, but just for the sake of things. Let's see. That guy we spoke to told us about shooting the stones.
Only the giant gold man can cross this quicksand to get the jiggy.
Okay.
Fair.
Excuse me, sorry. Aha!
Giant gold man. Giant gold man me a sand.
Something Cardora hook hand?
Have you heard of the like 4 words that are like a meme for having it a password, a strong password? It's like staple horse.
Oh, yeah, that was in an XKCD. Correct staple
Yeah.
horse battery.
Yeah.
Gotta head out, have a great rest of the night. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Jared.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.
All right, last area.
Why you gotta do this to me?
Talk to him.
Oh, well, yeah, I might as well, eh?
I don't think we speak that language.
Get me out of here.
Oh, hey, it's that enemy from Donkey Kong Land or whatever.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Guess I never realized that.
Hey, alright.
This you have to come back to later.
Oh, I do, don't I? Okay.
Yep.
Probably a hint on that here.
Only a Stony can understand what another Stony speaks.
Well, so no, but that's okay. It's alright, more to explore over here. It occurred to me that Dilberta might be a reference to a Donkey Kong Land boss. Maybe not directly, but sort of in the same way that Rare had a bajillion games with cavemen in this era. That's just a common
I don't know,
thing
it
for
looks
them.
a lot like the rat from the box art. From what I remember anyway.
Yeah. There we go. We'll come back here real quick as Stony. Then I believe we just have one item of business here for the time being. This is the rat from the box art, incidentally. Hard hat, okay.
This is also the most important Stony to talk to.
Ah, fair enough. Oh yeah, that does look similar. Oh, hold up, I got sidetracked. Okay.
To free the trapped one, the sun must rise before the moon and the star. A second moon and a second sun will then follow. Does that help?
Oh, I think so.
Sun must rise before moon and star. Second moon and sun will help.
Sun, moon, star.
Hello, my little rabbit friend.
Eek me, Dilberto. Was out looking for gold when that boulder fell down and trapped me in here.
I suppose you expect us to help you move it?
Eek, if you wouldn't mind.
I think
This is also something you can't do yet.
Okay.
I like the way the Stony's limbs emerge from their bodies. Very satisfying. Yeah,
Indeed.
very fun animation. Sunshine Odyssey 64 Odyssey Sunshine.
Hey, there you go. Or depending on how big your reference pool is, sub in Mario World for Odyssey.
Pretty soon we'll have Mario collecting Earths.
Super Mario Planet, where he's just collecting planets.
Uh-huh.
Or, I don't know, Super Mario Judgment, maybe. I think that's the one after Star.
Oh, you mean like tarot cards?
Yeah. I believe this is all we've got left for now. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I guess that's all. So this game's an FPS, by the way.
Yes, Rare was definitely riding their wild success following GoldenEye at this time.
I'm pretty sure it might use like similar code from that. Good, I see you have mastered the art of bird handling. I now challenge you to collect the sacred statues and find your prize. But yeah, they might have
Some grip
used
grippers
some of
to
the
visit.
same
Okay.
code from those games, and also they directly copied the environments of some of the levels.
Yeah.
Look out for door panels in the walls and press A when standing in front of them to open it.
I'd
Like,
get some Wolfenstein gameplay in here.
The storage the in Glitter Gulch mine that
the
that
ordnance.
level ordnance storage.
Yeah.
That's a direct copy from one of the GoldenEye maps. I think it's can't remember. It's library, I think.
That makes sense.
It's the same layout as the GoldenEye map in question. Yeah, it's exactly the same, just different textures. Good, not bad, mortal. 10 statues gains you entry to my slightly sacred chamber.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to get into the really sacred chamber, so I guess I'll keep going.
I like the idea of a slightly sacred chamber.
Yes.
That was always fun. Not a whole lot of religions have an artifact be slightly sacred.
The kind of holy thingy. Well, this is definitely going elsewhere. I wanna...
Oh, well, there was a statue there.
Yeah, but there's a Jinjo back there somewhere. Bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da, la 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 la. Yeah, where are you, man?
This one was always pretty hard to find. You have to... I know he's behind a doorway.
Oh, okay. Again, good old Wolfenstein. You.
Yep, there he is.
Oh, it's the white one.
Yep. Also, I lied. The white one you will see talking, I think. And you will get to see that cutscene as well.
Okay.
Phew! I am grateful for your help. I thought I'd never find my way home. Take this Jiggy for your trouble.
Oh, cause he just lives by himself, so.
Yep. He's a family of one.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's it. Or that's the guy. Alright, so that's into the Sacred Secret alternate chamber there.
You can go in there if you want.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, that's just the entirety of this place. Okay. It's supposed to feel underwhelming. That's why it's only slightly sacred. Alright, so...
I think they all talk when you find the last one of a color. Might be misremembering. They might. I didn't think they did, but they might.
Alright, let me think.
Rapid fire. Most impressive, mortal. 20 statues gained you entry to my really sacred chamber.
Oh, and the other...
As long as that
statues.
timer goes, you can just hold down the fire button.
Oh. Okay. Where are you going? I'm going to the really sacred chamber.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, the path you were literally led back there.
Look, Banjo, there's another Jiggy. This is just too easy.
Yeah, we'll have the game finished in no time.
Halt, mortal. Thought you'd get another jiggy that easily, eh?
Target Zan, despotic dizzy totem god.
I am Target Zan, mighty Mayan god of target shooting. Prepare to meet thy dart-ridden doom.
Oh, wait.
Arg! I can't feel my legs anymore. Get him, you worthless moggies.
Aw, man. I suppose it could have gotten out of the way, but man.
No, you've beaten me. Now suffer as I invoke my sacred self-destruct.
Nice. And I think that's the last Jiggy in this world.
Yep, it is. Although there's other jiggies that for other worlds that you have to go from this world to get to them.
Sure.
Oh, actually, no, it's not the last jiggy. There's that one on the pillars that you can't get yet.
Oh, right. Wait, so how many... Huh. Well, it counted 2 for Isla.
The Jinjo.
Oh, okay.
That's where your other jiggy came from.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
white Jinjo.
Alright, let's get out of here. Oh. Thought the grip ledges in Blodazan's place led somewhere. Do I have anything that I can think of that I'm missing? I don't think so.
When in Breagle Blast, sorry. When in Breagle Blaster sections, activate the aiming set by holding R. Press release the button to deactivate it again.
Oh, okay. Oh, neat. I just want to see where this goes. Okay, cool. I saw where it goes. Wait, nope, 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 that's bad. There we go, that's the one I want.
Much less lame.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. can also strafe with C. Wait. I got this. There we... Nope. Dang. There we go.
Not as cool as you were probably hoping.
Not quite. Makes dodging the blow darts easier. Oh, okay. That's what I should have been doing. I think if that's all for this world for now, I think that'll probably about do us for tonight. Unless
Let's go
there's
see.
something I'm missing.
Let's go. Go to Jiggy Wiggy's and go to Honeybee's place, and then we can end it.
Okay, works for me. Oh, right, I have to approach this guy. I think I always make that mistake with this game. There we go.
You have completed Jiggy Wiggy's challenge 2. So now the Great One will show you the way. Behold the power of the mighty Jiggy Wiggy.
Up on the plateau.
You are indeed the chosen one. You also have enough Jiggies to attempt Jiggy Wiggy's challenge 3. Might as well do that too.
Yeah, okay. I'd rather behold the might of the powerful Jiggy Wiggy, TBH.
In this game, you tend to end up being way ahead of the minimum requirements.
Yeah, definitely this game is easier in a lot of respects from Kazooie.
Mm-hmm. You have completed Jiggy Wiggy's challenge 3. So now the Great One will show you the way. Behold the power of the mighty Jiggy Wiggy.
Ta-ta! Pine Grove.
You do not have enough jiggies to attempt challenge 4. Come back later when you do.
Can do.
All right.
Magic global creatures are usually found near Mumbo Jumbo and Humba Wumba. This was always like so ominous because it was like the first time in the game that you could fall off and die.
It really starts to the Isle of Hags really starts to open up as an overworld here. Be a warp silo. I won't worry about too much other stuff here at the moment, but I do want to at least.
Get some fire eggs.
Is that this guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Now's the time for you to learn shooting eggs that crackle and burn. A brand new egg you have acquired. Now I'll tell you how they're fired. Tap R to get your eggs on view. Tap it again until it's right for you. That'll be all. Dismissed.
Yeah, we'll just do this for now.
Well, you missed a honeycomb piece. It's right there. Hi there, Big Bear. I'm Honeybee, mistress of the honey.
Why couldn't you be the mistress of the jiggies instead?
Because that would have made your quest too easy. However, I can grant you extra energy units in return for empty honeycombs.
I suppose that's better than nothing.
Don't be so rude, Kazooie.
Oh, sorry, Wasp Lady.
I'm Honeybee, a bee, not a wasp.
Right you are, Hornet Girl.
You have enough honeycombs for one extra energy unit. Do you want to trade?
Yes, please.
Sure, honey.
Toss your honeycombs over here then, Big Bear. Rare was very horny in the 90s.
Yes.
Here's your extra energy. Yeah, if you get that other one that's beneath her hive, you can get another health point.
Honestly, I'll do that right away. And I'll grab these notes too. A little bit. Oh, there you are.
You have enough honeycombs for one extra energy unit. Do you want to trade?
Sure, honey.
Toss your honeycombs over here then, Big Bear.
Again.
Here's your extra energy.
Nice. Honeybee sounds
And
like identical to Brentilda, maybe a little higher pitched. Yeah, I hear it.
And that raises health for every transformation as well. They all raise by 1 health per upgrade.
Oh, nice. All right, and so I think that'll do it for us for tonight then.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, so just getting started. It's a bit of a long opening. But,
Yeah.
But it's fun.
I think next time, since we won't have Tilt and Tumble to do and we won't have so many cutscenes to go to, I think we could probably average 2 worlds a stream.
At least, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with the interconnected nature of them, we'll need to be cycling into new worlds pretty quickly after a certain point. And to think you're able to do 3 worlds in one go in Kazooie.
Yeah, but these are bigger worlds, so.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sure. Not as interesting of a game over sequence this
Unfortunately
go
not.
around,
No.
but fair. All right. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in, folks. We hope you all had a good time, and we'll catch you on the next stream.
Yeah, catch you next time.